So FLISR, what is FLISR? FLISR is fault location, isolation, and service location, so short for FLISR. It automatically reroutes power to restore as many customers as possible after an outage. With FLISR, if you have FLISR, you can also have the loss of voltage functionality. So it comes with the FLISR application. So the LOV mainly monitors the network for sudden voltage drops and attempts to isolate the cause and reroute power to as many customers affected as possible. The commonality between the two is it will restore as many customers as possible by rerouting power to neighboring feeders as a backup source of power. So FLISR basically determines the fault using fault targets or indicators. So these are devices that are installed on site or on the line to detect faults whenever, of course, an outage or a fault happened. So it handles any network configuration. So there's no normal configuration for FLISR. So FLISR can reconfigure your network in any configuration that is currently detects fault. Again, it includes loss of voltage. So that's part of the FLISR and LOB application. It can adapt to exclude disabled telemetry field and tag devices. So if you have some activities on your field devices, field crew is working on a device, you apply a hotline tag, FLISR is intelligent enough to identify that device is under maybe an activity or a maintenance, and it will be excluded on a FLISR event. Load transfer and segmentation. So in the case that your load is too huge for a certain feeder, FLISR is also intelligent enough to segment the load and separate the load to different feeders, so it won't overload that single feeder that will be handling the load transfer. It comes with single phase and multi-phase fault detection, so you can also use those functionalities. So FLISR also comes with different modes. So we'll just focus on the two modes here, which is the semi-automatic mode and automatic mode. In the semi-automatic mode, once FLISR is triggered, it will create a switch order that will isolate the fault and provide service restoration around the isolated area to the operator for approval and execution. So instead of FLISR automatically doing that, you need to check the switch order before implementing that. So there's still intervention of operators. However, in full automatic mode, it will create and execute the switch order that will isolate the fault and provide service restoration around the isolated area without any operator intervention, so full automated functionality. This is the quickest option to restore power because, again, automated process, it will automatically execute the switch order to isolate the fault, and then it will generate another switch order that you could follow whenever you're ready to restore that after clearing the outage. Of course, this is also the mode that will most likely turn your sustained outages into momentary outage because it will automatically restore your affected customer maybe within 20 to 30 seconds interval. Now in FLISR in full automatic mode will be, I have here what we refer to as Stickman diagram here. So we have here two substations that are connected by a normally open tie switch, and then we have telemetry switches downstream and upstream of the tie switch. So if ever there's a fault occur here, since we are in full automatic mode, so there's a fault downstream near the substation, though FLISR will detect that fault, and then it will automatically isolate the fault once there's a lockout signal being detected. So it will automatically partially restore your customer. So it will isolate that small section there so that other customers that are indirectly affected by the fault will not experience the outage. So as you can see here, partial restoration occurs less than 5 minutes. With this, after you have isolated the fault into a smaller section, then you can now send a field crew to fix that outage. The advantage of this is instead of the field crew searching the whole stretch of your line section or your conductor, they have a specific location of the fault because you have the fault indicators that shows that it's between two devices.